Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. I did an analysis a couple of weeks ago on the inverted EV in the Baldur's Gate draft boxes. I am revisiting that today. So these data are collected on September 27th, Wednesday. So if you are a patron, you are seeing this on September 27th because of the upcoming bonus buck sale, and you can decide whether or not you want to buy heavily in this product, either to break open or just capture that inverted EV later in the future. If you are not a patron and you're viewing this on YouTube, sorry, it's Saturday, the sale is over. Those are the benefits of being a patron. So I did what I did last time. I went to mtgboxsim.com and I started generating boxes. I generated 100 boxes with only cards worth over $1. Again, that's in this filter button. You select that here and it'll cut out all the cards worth less than $1. Now, the reason we do that is because when you break boxes to sell singles, like on TCG Player or eBay, any other platform, you will end up with a lot of cards in the future that you just can't move because they are cheap and there are too many copies of them in the market. Yes, you have some inventory you will hold forever and eventually throw into your fireplace to incinerate for heat. So I generated 100 of those, and then I set the filter for all card prices, show all cards. And I generated another 100 boxes. And something that's kind of tripped up a couple of people is if you just look at two values on the same row, these are not related values. So it's not like I simulated a set of cards and then I said, what is the value of all of them and what is the value of them only over $1? No, these are completely independent. So that's why these don't have any obvious relation to each other. Okay, so then I came through average of all the box prices of cards only over $1. So basically the average of everything in this column. And then I took the average of all of the boxes that were generated, counting up all the cards in the box. So the average of all the values in this box, in this column. And then I took the difference in those. And what that's going to give you is the average value in a box of all the cards worth $1 or less. So all the low value cards, what are those worth on average? This is the under $1 card capture rate. This is a guess from me, 20%. And what that means is that I assume you will eventually sell all the cards over $1. They're over $1 for a reason. They're desirable cards. People want them. You'll eventually sell them. Now, of all the cards under $1, how many of those, or what percentage of the value of them, do you think you will eventually sell? I've put 20% in here. Like I've said before, I highlight things in yellow if they're numbers I can tweak and mess around with in the spreadsheet. So that's why it's yellow. I put 20%. If you're a seller on TCG Player and you think you have a way to try to figure this number out from data available to you, let me know what you think. Or if you have a gut feeling, let me know what you think for that too. You know, gut feelings are occasionally useful in data analysis. So then I've said, what is the captured EV before fees? So if I take this value and I add 20% of this value, I get this. And we can kind of check that because we can say, what if I were to capture none of those cards? Well, it should be equal to the value of the cards over $1, and it is. Yay. And if we were highly optimistic and we said we were going to capture 100% of those low value cards, it should be equal to the whole box average price, and it is. Good job. So 20%. Effective fee rate. This is my actual calculated effective fee rate selling on TCG Player. There's a 30-cent fixed fee per sale and a 12.5% variable market fee. So that in total over 1,000 plus transactions I've done on the site comes out to 22% is my actual effective fee rate, combining the fixed and the variable fees. So I've said, what is the current box price? And again, this is going to come down to current box price will be different. If you are a patron viewing this today on Wednesday, it's going to be $73.21 because when we get to the bonus buck sale this Friday, $85 is the current headline box price. There's 20 or 30 boxes available at that price. And then I've just come into here and I said, well, it's a 13% bonus buck sale. And I conservatively assume you have a 1% cashback credit card that you will pay with. And so that comes to $73.21 will be your basis price for the boxes. And the calculated EV per box after fees, it's just this, and I've taken off 22%. So after fees, the calculated EV you'll make is $103. And so the difference between the EV and what you pay will be $29.74 of profit, assuming that you're going to buy on the Friday bonus buck sale. Now, assuming you are not a patron and you're seeing this video on Saturday, you're going to buy at best probably $85. You'll have a 3% infinite subscription discount because, of course, you have paid the money to be an infinite subscriber for a year because it more than makes you enough money back. It's a great deal. And you have conservatively, again, a 1% cashback credit card. So if we come in here and we just enter in this 81.63, well, your profit is $21.32 per box. So I wanted to revisit this, just look at how it may have changed over time, and basically give my patrons insight into whether or not this was something worth buying on the Friday bonus buck sale for those of my patrons who are box breakers, or for the ones who are not and just want to gobble up that inverted EV until the market one day realizes it's inverted and corrects it, because markets do eventually correct it. On the long timeline, markets are weighing machines. They weigh things pretty correctly on the long timeline. So return on invested capital, 41%. Pretty nice, especially if you have good sell-through volume on your TCG player singles, and you can turn that money around pretty quickly. Don't worry too much about this stuff over here. Those are just some statistics I collect and look at. Those are kind of some long-term big brain thinking stuff that I do about box values and other things like that. So not particularly pertinent to this analysis, but just something else that I think about. So patrons, yeah, looks pretty good. $30 per box of profit, potentially, assuming that you agree with my 20% capture rate of value on cards below $1. And non-patrons, join the Patreon because you get analyses like these in a much more timely fashion. There are other analyses up there right now that I am holding back from YouTube for a while longer while I let my patrons enjoy them and profit from them. There are other sales and deals that I only post on Patreon. And of course, you have access to my monthly newsletter and the ability to message me anytime you want and get a response long before you will get a response on YouTube. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my patrons. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade.